Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. Gas Homeland with Nazca Theory. This is a Japanese version for Japanese-speaking people. So, if you're an English-speaking person, please watch video number 657E. In Japanese, 皆さんこんにちは。ナスカ理論で見る神々の故郷という話をします。ナスカ理論を応用すればですね、神々の故郷が確認できるわけであります。まず最初にリシアですね、ミトラ教のホームランドです。ミトラがここでですね、最後の晩餐をして、そして天へ登っていったという場所であります。これはミトラなんですね。で、これはルシアなんですけども、カンテオスというんですかね。カンテオスといういわゆるその遺跡の跡ですけども、そこから線を引いています。緯度経度はここに書いておきましたので、皆さんご自身でお確かめください。ここからリシアからリキアですかね、リキアからナスカに引いてみます。クと読むんですね、トルコでは。ライン、これ今リキアから引いてきた線ですけども、線があるの分かりますか？この辺りはね、何本かあるんですよ。リキアってね、それだけに重要な場所であったことがこれで分かるわけです。で、このリキアから線引きまして、もう一回やってみますね。よく見てくださいね。ちょっと見にくいかもしれませんので、明るくして、線が見えましたね。で、線を引いてみます。まっすぐと重なりますね。これだけ線が直線で重なるということはですね、先方で10キロ、20キロの違いはないんですよ。本当に5キロ以内、30キロ違いますとね、もう合いませんから。ですから先方で5キロ以内の誤差の範囲はあれもっと少ないかもしれませんね。これだけ直線がきれいに重なるということはそういう意味です。これはナスカ理論なんですよね。必要十分条件の必要条件ではあるということなんですね。これだからといってリキアを示すかというとその途中の場所を示している可能性もないわけではないんですよね。しかし、リキアの重要性から考えましてこの線がリキアを方向、この線がですね、リキアの方向を向いているということはこれでわかるわけです。緯度経度はここに示しておきましたからご自身でお確かめください。で、こうして見ますとですね、今までたくさん、何十ですね、もう、という、いろんな世界中の遺跡から、線を引っ張ってきて見つけました。今度は、ベツレヘムから引いています。イスラエルのね、ベツレヘムです。ここからベツレヘム、イエス、キリストが生まれたところですね。イエスという名前はありふれた名前だったそうですね。今日分かりました。これ、ベツレヘムから線引きますと、やっぱりあるんですね、細い線が。この辺りは集中してそういったその遺跡に行く線が多いですね。この上の線もそうです。上の滑走路もそうです。で、これ下の線はベツレヘムへ行く線ですね。ということはもうこのエイリアンは明らかにベツレヘムの方向を知っていたということですよね。ですから何らかの形でベツレヘムに対して働きかけをしていたということはこれでわかるわけです。こうして線を引いています。もう一回言っていますからよく見てくださいね。一番いいのはご自身でベツレヘムからね、中心部の旧市街からまっすぐ線を引いてみられることです。そしてここにプラットフォームがあるんですけどね、滑走路がね、その線の上をまっすぐ横切っていくということですね。ちょっとこの矢印の方向が逆になってますが、ごめんなさいね。下の線です。下のブルーのラインです。私のミスです。そしてこの線ですね。この線が今言いましたベツレヘムから引いてきた線です。で、明るくしてみますとよくわかりますね。これがベツレヘムから引いてきた線です。で、今度はリキアの線と2つ並べていますね。下がリキアの線です。ミトラ教の、ミトラの、なんて言いますか、活躍、トルコですね。フィリギア帽っていうのは、もともとトルコ中部の帽子なんですよね。クリエントもあった聖徳太子もかぶってますね。で、こうしてみますと、なんて言いますか、ナスカの線の中で、神々がつながったわけです。そこで今度は、ルンビニとカーバーを調べていますが、今度はいつもと違った手法で調べています。要するにここで言いたいことはですね、ミトラ教にしてもキリスト教にしても同じだということです。どこも違いはしないということなんです。争っている方がおかしいということです。今度は仏教とイスラム教を調べてみましょう。ここではイースター島からですね、今度は距離が2万キロを超えるもんですからね、Google Earth が直線的には使えないんですよね。ですから、イースター島からまずカーバーへ線を引いています。イースター島からカーバーの神殿の真ん中へ引きますね。で、これがですね、カーバーです。イスラム教のメッカですね。で、この基主角が 94.71 なんです。中心部通ってるの分かりますか？カーバー神殿の。その神殿の真ん中を通っていきます。だって 94.71 だとここへ来るんですね。これ以上引けないんです。これ以上行きますとね、くるくる回っちゃって線が引けなくなるんですよね。2万キロを超えてますから。で、今度はルンビニ、釈迦の生誕地のルンビニ側の中心部から、このピン止めしてあるところから、今度はカーバーに線を引いています。 で、このカーバーから、ルンビンの方にカーバー線いきますね。そうすると機種角がですね、271.10なんですね。271.10なんです。今度その271.10を保ちながら線を引きます。するとですね、先ほどイースター島から引いてきた線とぴったりと重なるんですよ、皆さん。この左の線がイースター島から引いてきた線。これが右の方がルンビニから引いてきた線で、見えているのは南アメリカ大陸ですね。でこの辺りで、またくるくるくる回るもんですから、ちょっとその手前で、拡大しています。皆さんよくご覧ください。全く狂いなく一直線上になるんですよ。これを偶然と言ったらもう偶然って一体何かということになってしまうんですね。まだこれでも皆さんは偶然だということはできるでしょうかというふうに書きました。つまり私が言いたいことはですね、違いはないということなんです。仏教もイスラム教もミトラ教もキリスト教もみんな一つだということなんですね。それが私がこのビデオで言いたかったことです。要するにこれがナスカ理論です。ナスカ理論を応用すればですね、神々の故郷がわかるだけではなくて、そして何て言いますか、世界の神々も一つだということがわかるということなんです。そういうことで、ナスカ理論を応用していました。Thank you. Bye. Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. In this video, I would like to explain about the Nazca Theory, which is an essential part of my theory that explains about the mysteries of ancient world. English. First of all, I like to not to use my ideas in any case without my permission or names. Anyway, this is my Nazca theory. And I say, with this theory, you can solve all mysteries which have been left unknown or mystery. But here is a Nazca theory. There are many types of runways in Nazca. Runway type 1, runway type 2, runway type 3, and runway. And this is a runway, or rather than a platform, rather than a runway. Also works as a runway too. And this is a very simple runway you can find in Nazca, straight line. And this straight line shows the direction to each place. And here is a sort of triangle-shaped runway here. And you can use this triangle-shaped runway in 3 ways. And this is a square-type runway which shows the direction also. And here is 2. So first, please notify that there are some types of runways which show the direction to each place. And the starting line is point is narrower than the leaving point. And at the leaving point, in most cases you can find a black dot or sort of a cornerstone, or how do you say that, and a markstone. Yes, here is a beautiful runway from which shows the direction to Terracotta Army in China near Xi'an, about 33 or 4 kilometers east to Xi'an. And if you stand on the starting point, you can see the runway like this way. That means that's why it is a triangle. Now you see the runway is like this when you stand on the starting point of the runway. And there are several ways to use the runways, but these are 2 examples. One is pattern A, straight to the place, which is the important place. Another one is pattern B, for example, to Cahokia Mounds and the Serpent Mound. This is a runway from Terracotta Army near Xi'an, China, and this airline runs along with runways like this, which indicates that this runway shows the direction directly to Terracotta Army near Xi'an. Again, please make sure by yourself that this platform shows the direction to Terracotta Army near Xi'an. And this airline comes from right one comes from Cahokia Mounds, USA, and this line run together with the line in Nazca like this way. Again, I will show you. Please watch carefully. Right one, right yellow line. Yes, this line run together with the line in Nazca, and also at the same on the same runway, you can find another line here. This line comes from Serpent Mound, USA. And so this runway shows two directions together. And as you know, Bryce Integrios, Cahokia Mounds, and Serpent Mount, and also Washington, D.C.'s are on the same line. And this line comes from, and also you can find a sort of serpent, scrolling serpent here on the right side, on the left side of the runway. That is a landmark that which shows the destiny of this runway. And there are also some other lines here. You can find a line, beautiful line, from Teotihuacan in the middle of the Nazca pen. This Teotihuacan, this line comes from Teotihuacan. Again, I will show you how the line runs over the white line from Teotihuacan. So this line shows that this is a very, very important line for aliens, not for humans. And this line shows the direction to Teotihuacan. And also you can find many lines from Urawun, Mount Urawun, Papua New Guinea. So these yellow lines, this one too, and this one too, and there are several, about I think around 10 lines from Urawun that indicate Mount Urawun is a very, very important and a major foothold for aliens. And also you can find the runway here in Nazca. This line comes from Urawun, and you can find a beautiful runway here. And you can find a triangle-shaped landmark is here. This is a triangle landmark which shows a mountain, Mount Urawun. That means Urawun is very, very important for aliens, not for humans. This is Mount Urawun, Papua New Guinea. And there major line usually are longer and wider and beautiful, and minor line is are shorter and vague. A vague line shows that the line is a very old one. Anyway, this is a major line, very beautiful and straight and line, of course straight, but longer. And this is a minor line. This minor line shows the direction each point of the China long castle. And this pattern E, this is very exceptional case even in Nazca. One runway shows two directions together. I'll show you one example in Nazca. This yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt, and this line goes along with this runway here. And the yellow line comes from Giza. This yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt, and the line goes straight along with this runway. And have a look at this line very carefully. Vague line. Of course, this is one of the oldest runway even in Nazca. Can you see a vague line here? There is a line here, and you can see the line here, right? Watch carefully. That indicate this runway shows the direction to Giza, and this yellow line comes from Giza. Again, I will do it. This yellow line, upper right, and this yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt, and the runway is now this time becoming wider and wider. That means this is the starting point, and yellow line now comes up to the leaving point, sort of leaving point from the runway. So this line runway shows two directions. One is to Giza, and the opposite side of this runway shows the direction to Easter Island. And this line from Giza and from the Giza from the right, and left line comes from the Easter Island, and both these two lines meet together here. But there is a small error. I don't know why. Probably because this terrestrial globe is not sort of a round sphere, not sphere but oval shaped, and the direction point is here, and you can find a sort of black dot almost all sort of runways to make the direction sharp. Here you can see the mark stone on the mark something which shows the direction more sharply. This line comes from Terracotta Army, and also here too. So these are sort of mark points which make the direction more sharp, or sharp. How would you say that? I'm sorry for my English, but I say that you can find a black point, which is a sort of a landmark or sort of a point mark, which shows the direction much more sharply. Here are two black dots here too, right? And also here's the runway, and in some cases or most cases you can find the line pictures on the right side or left side. In most cases on the right side, and sometimes on the left side, doesn't matter. Anyway, at the near almost leaving point, you can find the landmark. For example, this is a line from the Serpent Mound. You can find a serpent here, right? Picture, line picture, you can find a serpent. Also, this is a Kalakum, and also Kalakum means it's a sort of a kingdom serpent, snake. You can find also a landmark which is a snake, roaring snake, and this is from Palenque, Mexico. This line comes from Palenque, and you can find a line picture on the. You can just hang on. This is a line from Palenque, Mexico. Yellow line comes from this. Now you can find the runway in Nazca, which shows the direction to Palenque, and this line comes from Palenque, and you can find the line picture here. You know what this is? This is a hummingbird. Hummingbird is a symbol of the Mexico, and you can find many hummingbirds around Palenque. Also, a bit in Peru too. Anyway, back again to this time platform. This platform sometimes or often works as a runway too, or as a sort of a starting point of the runways. So here is one example. This is a platform, and this is a line from the platform, and another line from the platform, and another line from the platform. In this case, this line shows to the direction to the ruins, very important foothold, which are connected to each other from this place. And the older one is the newer one. I'll show you another one. The older line shows that the ruins, the line shows is older than the new one. Have a look at this older runway. Okay, this older runway take you to an older ruins, and a new runway will take you to a newer ruins, or newer sort of ruins. Yes, and also if there's a major footfall, there are more than two runways in Nazca. For example, runways to Terracotta Army. There are two runways to Terracotta Army. One is these two lines shows the direction to Terracotta Army exactly without any error. And also, important theory is that when you find out something very important ruins, draw a line to Nazca. Then you will know if it is important for aliens or not. This is a major part of my theory, Nazca theory. Nazca theory, yes. Draw a line to Nazca. Then, if you find the same line in Nazca, that is a very important major spot. which is not sufficient but enough. So then he asked me, who has drawn these lines in Nazca? Of course, these lines have been drawn by people who could fly in ancient times, aliens from the outer space, or extraterrestrial beings. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about Nazca Theory, and here is an evidence. I will show you concrete and physical evidence, right? These are runways, right? These are runways. They say these runways had been drawn by people in Inca, but that is a lie. This is a Nazca, and this is Atacama, about 822 kilometers away from Nazca. You can find the same runway in Atacama, Chile. Nazca, this is runway in Nazca, and another one is runway in Atacama. Just about 230 meters away from the Atacama giant. You can find it very easily. Both are similar or exactly the same in the shape and in the way they constructed. This line comes from Teotihuacan, which is a most important foothold for aliens, sort of an international hub airport for ancient pilot. This line comes from Teotihuacan, and the yellow line goes straight along with this runway. Sorry, and yellow line comes run on the runway. Can you see? So Nazca and Blythe Integralis USA, compare them. They are drawn in the same way on the hard field with small rocks and stones or sometimes pebbles. Bryce Integralis. Why? Why could they draw this line pictures in the same way in Nazca as well as in Bryce Integralis USA? This is another evidence that lines pictures in Nazca, were drawn not by humans. Humans could not do such a job. And also have a look at this line itself. This is a line in Nazca, and this is a line in Blythe Integralis. You see that these lines are very similar to each other. Stones and pebbles and rocks and draw is a line anyway. So these are two evidences. One is in Atacama, another one is in Blythe Integralis. That means Nazca lines and Nazca line pictures are drawn by aliens who could fly.